quick DIY for you. And it's not about your dog's digging. Logan, cut it out. Out. Leave him alone. He's going after grubs, but he's right next to the Jerusalem artichokes. This is about mulch. Easy access mulch. That's the key. So this is my grapefruit tree that was just a little shrub pretty much last year. Produced one grapefruit. The year before it produced 3. But all this new green growth and lack of bugs in general, there's a little curl, but nothing major. The health is just booming. Is because of heavy mulching and a few little additives like azomite and some bone meal. But this is wild tobacco, which by standard is an invasive species. It's a medicinal. The Native Americans smoked it. It's got a lot of other health properties. It could be toxic if taken in quantity, but in general, it's a fast-growing shrub that turns into an actual tree. I've got one in my front yard that is 9 meters tall, and I've topped it 6 feet of it like twice. These things keep growing though. Big leaves. These are the small ones, and here's some bigger ones. I mean, you can roll some cigars out of those. But the idea is that with it being a softwood, it cuts easily. And with that, lots of moisture and great mulch. Now, wild tobacco also is a great bug repellent. It'll keep a lot of different bugs away. But having the mulch right here in this open space, especially when you're starting a food forest, you need heavy mulching. So to have mulch right here, this is a space that I am not doing anything with. And I've got sweet potatoes. I've got a pomegranate right here. I've got sweet potatoes right there. I've got more sweet potatoes there. I've got potatoes here, and a lot of things right next to it, including some unusual ones, possibly a squash coming up there. Volunteers. But within this little space, which was the edge of my nursery, this shaded the nursery to keep the plants from getting baked, even though it didn't do so hot because we hit the hottest some of the hottest temperatures on record last year. Still, a lot of things survived that wouldn't have. But when it took off, it provided mulch for this tree, and I'll be able to mulch out this area with it. So it's a good little piece of advice for you, is grow something that's fast growing. This, you want to get rid of it after a while. All you have to do is throw some cardboard over it, or actually put some fresh manure on it, throw some cardboard over it, throw a little more manure on it, and then top it with wood chips, and it'll kill it. But until then, it's a fast-growing mulch. It's breaking up the hard pan in this area, because this is still, if you look, this is still pretty hard dirt. It's not soil yet, it's still dirt. But by chopping it and dropping it, it makes this beautiful mulch, which then allows this tree to produce a lot more fruit. So there you go. Access to mulch. That's one reason why I don't pull my weeds, such as these dandelions or anything else, until I'm ready to groom an area and start making it what I want. Like I've started this area a little bit. Through here are potatoes. There's some grass here. I haven't done anything, but a terrace is going there. I just pruned up this lead jujube. Took the rootstock off, but I let that grow because that was more mulch and allowed more growth for the root system. So brought in a lot more light. Now this thing is taking off. I've got fruiting on it and beautiful growth. and this is the less than thorny side. There's some thorns, but they're not nearly like this thing. This thing is just brutal. These thorns are sharp as hell, and there's a bunch of them. That is pretty much what they call thornless. There we go. So, get your junk mulch in, leave your weeds in place until you're prepared to work on an area. Wood chips will take care of it. Potatoes, great mulch plus a crop. Just throw them on the ground, throw some mulch on, a little bit of mulch on top. All I do is throw them on the ground, then throw some wood chips on top that are a little bit aged, and progressively I just keep sprinkling. And in this area I'll pull about probably 50 to 100 pounds of potatoes, and as I build it up more, I'll plant more potatoes, keep building it, and just keep cycling it until I get it to the height I want. Same with the sweet potatoes, just keep piling mulch on them. They'll keep coming back, cut them, expand them, and they're a great cover crop, which then becomes, when you chop them, you can eat the leaves, the stems, and use the rest for mulch. But great aggressive species, like, you can see how big that stand is. That is just pure mulch, and it holds a lot of moisture. So it's going to go right in that soil over there. And I'll just keep growing this area till I'm ready to convert it. And I got another one growing here. I might leave that one actually in because it'll create some shade for this area and allow me to get my herbs and that stabilized before pulling it out and putting in a couple of more fruit trees. But that's it. Grow your weeds, use your weeds. The things they call invasive, fast-growing species, use them. Don't just yank something out because you're freaking out about it. Pick a spot, start making it look decent, putting in your paths, getting your edging. Progressively, you can see how few weeds are in here. This is an area I've mulched. The second you start seeing grass in that, there's also flowers in there. But the second you start seeing, weeds, that's areas I haven't bothered mulching. Perfect example over here. No mulching there, just hard pan, because the weeds come in, breaks up the soil, sends a taproot down, and you can tell the type of soil you have by the type of weeds you have. But by doing so, the weeds around here shade the root or the trunk of this tree, and it's helped it heal, and it's now putting on major growth. You can see along there I just trimmed it up. I'm letting it just come back. Along here I've got dock, which is another weed, but it's wild rhubarb, and that one's done for the season, so I'll cut it back and just drop it right there around that moringa, which is in the middle of it. See? Nice little moringa in there. And more weeds, but this is all going to get, all these logs back here will actually become a terrace, and there's going to be a step going up, and the bench actually sets into the edge of that hill. And this all comes up, whoops, step in a hole. So, more weeds. It's not an eyesore to me. It's a good area for mulching. Later, that'll all get planted. Logan is hard at work, but he's also showing you how beautiful that loam is. That is 18 months of pure labor. How nice it looks. And you can see he's gone down a foot there, and it's still not even close. This is all the way, this ramp is down to that level down there. It's all built with logs on the edge and just wood chips, and that's it. He found something he wanted to eat, but when you mulch an area, you don't end up with any weeds hardly. And I've got a little grass right there. But one of the weeds that is coming up is a pine tree. I've got a weed right there, which is surface. There's some flowers coming up under there. I believe this is one of my wolfberries sneaking up there, which is awesome. But there's that. I got a dandelion over here, and that's where it starts getting hardpan again as I work back into that. So most of this is daikon radish and the bamboo. But if you look close, you'll see anywhere I've mulched, there's very few weeds. Edible berries, I believe those are gooseberries, caped gooseberries. I got a few dandelions here, but in it is onion, bunch of onions, a bunch of onions, more potatoes, sugarcane, bamboo, moringa, sugarcane, bamboo, and then there's the grapefruit with the mulch around it. So there you go. Let your weeds grow, and you won't be disappointed, because they will give you what you need for your property. If you don't have access to mulch, make your own by using weeds. Start them off around one plant and just work them out from there. Every year, just keep adding to it. Let them grow as much as they can. Keep chopping them and using them. And you end up with Jerusalem artichokes popping up. All these palms popping up. All this, there are, believe it or not, no weeds at all in that whole area. It's all onions, garlic, palms, squash, pumpkins, trees, more onions. Oh, there's one little weed down here all by itself. Oh, and I believe there's there's another dandelion. I think that might be a wild lettuce, though. Nope, actually it is a dandelion. It's got the flowers on it. Moringa's coming up. More onions, but easy to get rid of something like this because it's just one plant. Pull it up, and the roots aren't even buried. And throw it right back down. There's your next round of mulch. Same with this. There's the root. Throw it down. Sun will bake it tomorrow. So, hope that helps. And thanks for watching. I'm going to be going up to the property this weekend, post a sign, because I've contacted a local tree trimmer, and they are going to start dumping wood chips up there, middle of nowhere, because it's going to save them money, because they're going to get charged $80, $100 to dump, and all they have to do is drive 25 miles one way, so that's like a couple of gallons of gas in a half hour each way for them to go out, dump, and supply me with wood chips, including palm. The only thing I don't take is oleander because of these little guys. It's very toxic to animals, and these guys love to play with sticks, don't you? You like sticks, don't you? You want a stick? Oh, it's not that stick, huh? You don't want that stick? You want that stick? Yep. Because they love playing with their sticks. And they would get sick, so that's the only thing I don't take. Palm takes forever to break down. Who cares? Are you in a rush? Are you in a hurry to, grow everything? Well, take palm, take anything else. Just put it in an area you're not ready to plant yet. Plus, palm acts as an amazing sponge. Oh, there's some gooseberries, I believe gooseberries coming in here, which is nice. Or this could be tomatillos. Anyway. Okay, well, that's it. Thanks for watching, subscribing, and sharing. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think of my channel, what I'm doing. If you want to see anything, if you want to see more of anything. I believe this is my apricot, actually. This picked up like 30-something plants from some people that, first of all, didn't even know what they had and didn't know how to speak English. So ended up with a bunch of plants that were mysteries. Ooh, but I do have a tomato there. I gotta protect that little guy. Put him on the inside and put the log back. There we go. That's it. Have a great one. Thanks much. Fiona, say bye. Say bye, Fee. You wanna say goodbye? Okay.